Hello and welcome to Farming Simulator 17. I'm Andy and this is the Let's Play on the North Brabant map. So yesterday we were doing this and I continue doing this today, spraying of our fields. We have a few fields left to spray and now we're out of spraying material, liquid fertilizer, so we need to refill this. I also need to go and refill our seeders pretty soon with soybean seeds, and then we need to continue those fields. We have a few fields left to plant, so that's working away. So I was slightly upset by the fact that I had some problems with actually setting up. I had some problems with the front tool here, the tank I was putting on the front of this tractor, because I wasted 2,000 liters of liquid fertilizer, and that's pretty expensive stuff. 2,000, one of these containers goes for 2,400 euros. So just having to wasting that and not being able to use it is a pretty big deal, considering we don't have a ton of money. So I sold that off, and I'm actually thinking about cheating and adding the money back into the game. Can you do that with creative tools, by the way? Left alt money change. How do you do that? And then we'll see 1 billion. No, 1 billion. Weird. I wanted a billion is slightly too much for my sake. I just wanted to add the 2,400 I lost. Well, I might do that with the same game later. We'll see. In case you wonder why there suddenly might be a 2,400 more. You probably don't think about how much money I have on each of these. Do you need, if I'm gonna do some hay, I do need to buy a tether and a windrower too, which is slightly. No, I'm back up to 100,000 in debt again. Even more actually, because I had to buy liquid fertilizer, and that is expensive stuff. But it needs to be done, and I'm hoping I know I'll get it back. It's gonna go to this one. That's good. Field 8 will actually go and use this one on field 24, a smaller field. Field 9 we'll use the bigger seeder for that. It's more smarter to use on the smaller fields. So field 24. Is good there. Let's run that. We'll run until it's empty. This is almost done, but we can continue with this. I believe we can continue with this. Yes, that works out pretty nicely. So I have a ton of things to do at work because I've been in school. I went to school, was at school yesterday, and then I got home and spent pretty much the complete afternoon writing and how would you say that in English? It's an interesting word. In Swedish, överklagan. Well, actually, since I worked such a long time in social services, I wanted to. There's a few classes I think I should be able to skip. Not all of them. I want to learn stuff, but there's a few things I was like, I've done this. I know this. So I asked for made an application so I wouldn't have to do a few classes, and they didn't approve my application. Now I have to ask the supervisory board to overturn their decision, but I have to write stuff to do that. So and it's not going to work anyway, because by the time they come to a decision, it will be long, it'll be done. So unless they change their mind, we'll see. Maybe they will change their mind. Or they won't. I have no hopes of the school coming to any sensible decisions. They usually never do. They're stuck in their little bubble. I'm sorry, I'm very critical towards schools, but I find that they rarely make wise decisions, which is annoying. As a taxpayer, I do pay a lot of tax. I don't mind paying a lot of tax. We have that sort of that sort of society in Sweden where you pay a lot of tax, but you get a lot in return. And maybe I could get some of that corner. So I don't mind paying a lot of tax, but I sort of think they shouldn't waste tax money on unnecessary things. And I think one of those unnecessary things is me taking a few courses of stuff that I've spent the last 15 years practicing, doing in practice. So it's like, actually I might have gotten started too fast, did I? Says it's too cold. Ooh, wonder if this works. Temperature need to be 10 degrees. Will it reach 10? Well, we already spent all this time planting this. Might if we are lucky, we might have to replant everything. Ooh, that's a waste of money. When we're talking about waste of money, I keep forgetting. I thought about it when I started this planting. I was like, oh, I have to wait until it gets warmer in the day, and then I suddenly just disappeared out of my mind. That's silly. It's almost 10 degrees. Maybe it will manage. Hopefully it will manage. I don't know. We'll see. Either it's really picky about the temperature, or it's not. Oh, stupid. That was really stupid. I'm sorry. Why don't you? Should I continue or should I wait? Oh, we'll try it. If it works, it works. Otherwise, I would have spent a lot of money. Wasted a lot of money, that is. I should refill this, but I'll do that when it's empty. So, field number 10. So I'll use this seeder for field number 10 and number 9 here. I used a smaller one for field 24 and 23. Fill up some gas in this thing too. Oh, time to wake up. let's see. Field 29. We have a few fields left, so I'll keep busy without a problem. So hopefully, I mean, it costs quite a lot of money to do this. All the fertilization level costs a lot of money, but the increase is 30%, and 30% is quite a lot of increase in not profit, in the amount of grain fields produce. So by doing these three, we you get a 90% increase, and I think that's usually worth the money you invest in doing this. So hopefully we'll get our money back, but it sort of depends on what price are for what sort of price you get for your grains. And not always, if you sort of flood the market with, that's one of the things I talked about this before, but I still feel this way, that one of the things I don't really like about the FS70 is the pricing of the, if you sell your grain, I think it affects the price too much. I mean, the price gets lower when you sell things, but it seems like my little production here has an unrealistic effect on the sell price. So because I think that would be sort of part of a more global, or at least regional economy, and it seems like if I sell something, it's like, oh, I will just lower the price extremely. So maybe that's a reason for actually keeping things in the silo, but I don't think you would keep that much in the silo. I just think it's slightly unrealistic. This is also going to be sorry. This coming up will be also slightly unrealistic. But hey, I could go around, actually. I could have gone around. Made it more realistic, but I don't have time for that. So I don't know. What do you think? Should I do shorter episodes? I usually keep them around half an hour, but maybe half an hour is slightly too long episodes. So what do you think? Should I reduce the time I'm recording, make shorter episodes and more to the point, and do more of them? Because then I could do more of them. I'll probably hardly ever release 2 episodes a day. Probably still release like 1 episode, but the shorter, people might feel that they're worth watching. In FS15 there was actually traffic on these roads, if I remember correctly. Next time we actually put some more liquid fertilizer in this tool, we'll refuel our tractor too. So what are you doing out there? What sort of maps are you playing? Please leave a feedback and let me know what you're playing. I do appreciate all the feedback I get, and I do appreciate questions. I try to answer all the questions to the best of my ability, and so leave comments, leave feedback, leave questions. I'll try to answer them. I can't always answer them, but I do try to, and I pretty much always see them, and that's one of the good things about having such a small crowd following me. I do appreciate you being followers, but since I have like 298 or something, that means I can actually have no problem keeping up with the feedback. and answering it and actually reading everything. I sort of pity some of the bigger YouTubers. Well, I envy them too. I envy them for the amount of followers they have, but I also pity them because they can't even. They have no way of keeping up with all all the feedback they get. That's one, actually an artist called oh, I forgot his first name, McAvoy. He wrote on his Facebook page the other day that he apologized that he can't keep up with. He gets like 30 or 40 feedback posts a day, and he can't keep up with answering. And he tries to, but it's getting hard. So I think that's one of these days. Hopefully, I will have a larger amount of followers, and that will mean I can't actually follow up on all the feedback and questions I get. So, but that's the way it is. That's a good thing, I guess. Good and bad thing at the same time. It's like with most things. Most things have benefits and well, drawbacks and positives. So let's go refill this and also fuel it up. 9 degrees is almost 10 degrees. Maybe it will survive. We'll see. It says growing in the menu. If you look at the map, it says it's actually growing. The soybean fields are growing. And I think if it didn't work, they would say so like crop description. Maybe we'll do that tomorrow in the game. We'll see. Well, we'll see. There's a lot of things to think about, and then season mod isn't even half as complicated as the soil mod. If you remember if you played FS15 and played soil mod, that was really complicated, and very interesting, very realistic, much more realistic than this is. Well, realistic in different ways, maybe is the correct way of thinking about it. 55 euros in fuel cost. Down to 2. We need to buy more of these. We need to buy more of these whatever we do, because we have to spray our soybean fields in a few days too. So okay, I'm actually going to stop recording there so it doesn't get as long of an episode. So this has been the Let's Play on the North Brabant map, episode 6 I think I'm up to. So thank you for watching. If you like this channel, please subscribe. If you like this episode, please hit like button, leave a comment or share. Okay, see you soon. Take care. Bye bye.